Good afternoon. Welcome to Fluttering in the Spirit Tarot. Today is Thursday, April 2nd, 2026. This is the reading for the sign of Libra. Please take what fits here and leave the rest. Please subscribe, follow, and like this video. Go ahead and cut the deck here. We're going to pull a card or two from the Answer Oracle. Let's see what's in your energy today, Libra. Spirits, please help with this message today. All right, we have manipulate. To use, make an arrangement with manipulation in mind, a strategy. So somebody may be definitely in the energy of being very strategic, but in a manipulative way. Okay, I got one more here. We have care. Teach, accompany, assist, or support. Okay, so this person may be coming off as in the energy that they care or they want to assist or support you, but it looks like there's definitely some manipulative energy here at play. So I would suggest being careful here with this person. I'm going to pull a card from the Love and Money deck. Okay, let's go ahead and cut the deck. Okay, we've got happy endings, question mark. Feels skeptical of happy endings and disturbs fairy tale promises. Believes reality is far from the fairy tale and feels disillusioned in the situation. Questions the promises that seem too perfect. So it seems like you are already in the energy, or someone is feeling skeptical when it comes to this person and what their motivations are. This person here may be definitely giving some very fairy tale like promises, wanting to show a lot of care towards you, just coming off potentially, if this is a masculine or even a feminine, just kind of that teddy bear energy, but really there's some manipulation going on behind the scenes. You may be questioning the promises that this person's making, feeling like they're just a little bit too perfect, too good to be true. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm gonna pull a few cards here. See what else we can get for clarification. I feel like this is definitely a warning from spirit here in regards to someone. Okay, so we've got scheming, a lot like manipulation and toxicity. So someone may be coming off as very, very caring and trying to be helpful, but really behind the scenes, there's a lot of scheming, and their strategy or their, what's the word I'm looking for here? Their motivation is a bit toxic. motivation behind being caring and supportive. Okay, we're going to go ahead and clarify here. Spirit, why is manipulate here? Tell us more about this. For Libra. Okay, so we've got Five of Cups, sorrow, loss, and grief bring deep sadness and mourning, yet not all is lost. So you may be feeling some sorrow regarding the situation. Let's look at the other cards that flipped over too as well, though. So we've got the Knight of Swords in reverse. So this would be an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. So you may be feeling a sense of loss, but also impatience. You may be running into action without thinking things through, which may be what is causing the manipulation here. It's time to pause and reassess. A person in a reverse Knight of Swords energy can come off as very arrogant and thoughtless. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And that kind of goes with the Five of Cups, with the feeling of loss. Unexpected expenses or losses disrupt your economic stability. Resources seem very limited at this time, and someone's being very impatient about it and maybe attempting to manipulate the situation. This is causing definitely some grief and loss, and this is definitely possibly being felt in the energy here. Spirit wise care here. Too many. This is a new deck, and the cards kind of seem to stick together. Okay. Spirit wise care here. I feel like someone here may be definitely feeling a bit sad about the situation and trying to figure out a way to manipulate the situation so that there isn't a sense of loss. But the way they're coming off here might be a bit burdensome. And with care, we have the Fool in reverse. This is Aries energy, foolishness. A lack of experience makes one susceptible to missteps. Okay, so this may be a younger energy or someone who may just not really know how to respond to the situation. Beware of those who prey on the weak. Gullible, unaware, naive. And then we have the Emperor. This is Aries energy again. So we've got strong Aries energy here. The Emperor is a divine masculine who wants to protect and provide. He embodies wisdom, order, and service to others. So someone here may be trying to regulate the situation that's going on. But there's someone here with a lack of experience. Again, very strong Aries energy. So we've definitely got someone here, though, in an upright. So I do feel like there is genuinely a sense of care in the situation and wanting to support and assist. But this person may have a lack of experience in the situation that they're dealing with. Okay. And then we have happy endings. We have the Page of Pentacles, Earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. This is, again, a younger energy who is definitely wanting to learn how to, they're ambitious, they see the potential in the situation. But this person's definitely in an energy of learning. We have Phil skeptical of happy endings and distrusts fairy tale promises. Wanting to see the potential in something, believes reality is far from the fairy tale and feels disillusioned. Because they may want that happy ending, but they're kind of looking at the situation of what's being faced at this time and having a hard time seeing that. Questions the promises that seem too perfect. Tell me more about this happy ending. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles, luxury. You've built a life of comfort, beauty, and security. Savor your achievements. Finding comfort, abundance, and self sufficiency. I feel like that's what this is, a very self sufficient single energy. But I feel like someone's starting to question a bit because of the hardships that they're seeing here and the scarcity in funds. Worried about being disillusioned or just feeling skeptical at this time. Okay, let's get a little more. Why is scheming here? Okay, so we've got, I think this is the Ace of Cups, a new love, a new relationship, creative passion, and spiritual connection may be blossoming. You've had a very open heart here to the situation. Recovery, as you move through the heartache, you find meaning in the experience. The Three of Swords in reverse can be a renewal after potentially beginning to question. I feel like this person's promises at this time. But you may be beginning to see that maybe this situation is here to help you to learn something, find the meaning in this experience. Someone here might be kind of scheming as far as how or what steps to take to turn things around in a more positive direction. We have toxicity. Why is toxicity here, Spirit? Discernment. This is the Seven of Cups in reverse. By distinguishing fantasy from reality, you gain the power to make realistic choices. So rather than this fairy tale, everything's going to be fine, realizing that there are challenges that you're going to have to face when you're dealing with someone, whether this is a romantic situation or, I mean, this could be a business partner potentially. We do have new love here though. New relationship, creative passion, or spiritual connection may be blossoming. But having discernment to be able to recognize toxicity and not just others, but ourselves sometimes too. I mean, we can all be guilty of it. Just how we're responding to a hard situation sometimes can kind of show you something about yourself and other people. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to pull a oracle. See if we can get some advice here. Spirit, what is the message for Libra? Okay. The jellyfish. The jellyfish. Okay. I don't think I've got this one before, so let's see what it says. Sometimes I think I truly wouldn't mind being a jellyfish. Maybe I'll be rewarded in my next life if I'm good. To have no ego at all, and even with the potential of immortality, unburdened by thought, toxic but not cruel. We got toxicity. As delicate as water itself, a gift from the moon herself. The jellyfish reminds us to let ourselves exist simply and just be. Maybe not get too caught up in this picture perfect, making potentially promises that are too fairy tale like and just not realistic. Believes reality is far from the fairy tale and feels disillusioned because they want someone, may want everything to just always line out and there to be no hurdles, but that unfortunately just isn't life. Question the promises that seem too perfect. Reminds us to let ourselves exist simply and just be instead of always questioning. Okay. I'm going to pull a couple advice cards too. Let's pull from the Clarifying Life Situations deck here. This will conclude the reading today. I feel like this is kind of a warning about trying to manipulate situations in a way that may be toxic. Okay, that one definitely wanted to come out. Labyrinth of choices. Chart your course through the perplexing labyrinth of choices, embracing each turn as part of your complex journey. It's not always going to be straightforward. Get out and be inspired to keep working towards your life's purpose. This is a worthy goal. Okay, let's get one more. Tide of transition. Embrace the tides of change with openness, allowing the ebb and flow of life to guide your transformation into love and work. So rather than trying to manipulate the situation by scheming and just acting out in a toxic way in regards to the situation. I feel like we can't always just expect that everything's going to be a happy ending, but that doesn't mean you have to question everything either. All right, well, that is the message today.